Hey guys, I'm in front of a 2009 Town and Country, and it has a coolant leak. Let me show what's going on real quick before we start the disassembly of this wonderful family car. Yeah, so problem was initially this connector here. That's usually a connector, a quick connector, goes to this aluminum pipe in the bottom. I'm gonna change those out. I just put it together for pressure testing, and then it came to my attention that the lower intake bridge is also leaking. You cannot really see it here. It's right there in this corner. There's a crossover that goes to the two cylinder heads, but I'm gonna put a video right up here in the corner, and you can see the bubbles coming out. So what we gotta do is remove the top intake, lower intake, drain some coolant, and get this started. Stay with me. Disconnected the battery, but I think that's no need to mention with all your professional do-it-yourselfers watching my videos. So I got the coolant hose loose down in the bottom here. There was mostly water in there anyway. And now loosen this guy up here, get this pipe a little bit out of the way, and try to take this upper intake off. And yeah, let's go from here. So I did that. Now I'm gonna remove that wire harness here, get that out of the way, and disconnect the fuel line here from this fuel rail. I already took this ignition block out of the way. This is basically just 10 M6 10 millimeter nuts, and then you can take it out of the way, including the tray. We're going to disconnect the rear and the front water hoses, move the harness out of the way, and soon we'll be able to pull this intake, I believe. This lower intake, I should say. Unfortunately, I just noticed I gotta remove the fuel rail. I was hoping I could leave it in, but the bolts are kind of underneath. So also keep in mind there's a bracket here on the end. Need to take this out in order to lift this guy out of there. It's always a good idea to cover off openings that end up in the middle of your engine. Definitely doesn't hurt, right? Alright, I got all the connectors loose here. Basically I can now fiddle this around here, the fuel line. The fuel line, how you loosen this is you push this outer ring in. You can actually do this with your fingers. Always move the hose towards the line. You push this in with your fingertips and then you pull it out. This is quite an old car and still works fine. Yeah, now I'll move this cable assembly here, this wire harness out of the way, and then I'll probably be able to loosen the bolts from the lower intake. Here we'll always have a magnet handy, you know. Things happen. A bolt can drop. And before I try to fish it out and then drop it in an even worse position, I just take a magnet and catch it real quick. Hey guys, in order to get to this bracket here, it's better to take this boot off here real quick. It's just one clamp, and then you can get to this easy. You can get to this not easy, but this one here, AC line is in the way, so you wanna remove this 10 here, so you can jiggle this line a little bit around, and I'm confident I can get this third bolt out of here. Yeah, that should work. Yeah, it's right there. You see? And then I can lift out this bracket and keep. Alright guys, I'm gonna loosen this bracket here. There's another little bracket in the corner here. It comes out as soon you loosen the inboard manifold bolts, lower intake manifold bolts. Here you take all the bolts out and the thing is already loose. I didn't need to crack anything or whatever. Let me see if I can lift this with one hand for you. Hold on, let's put this line. Alright. There it is. Put this guy over here. Gasket is totally done. Well, let me see. Clean everything up and wait for parts. Very easy job so far. Not too bad. Everything is accessible. It's just like the old connectors sometimes. I always pre-spray them with WD-40. That makes it much easier to, to get them off. And it also displays moisture. Oh, the trash is coming. Anyway, let's wait for parts and clean stuff. So after you remove this this metal gasket, you want to make sure to cover your engine opening here real good, so nothing's gonna fall in there and no debris. I mean, as good as you can, because you gotta clean up here. Always make sure you clean your gasket surfaces. Since we're gonna put a new thermostat, and make sure they're all clean, and I cleaned the injector holes as well. I'm gonna put new gaskets on those injectors. They don't look good. It's only a few bucks. So yeah, now I gotta clean this side. Parts should be easy. So if you're done, I would say it should look like this. Surface nice and clean. What I'm using is I got those wheels here. They come in different grips. And then for the very last moment, I take a really fine sandpaper on this oscillating guy here and go over with that. And that's it. Here's the old one with all the gunk. And let me carefully now take the towels out. Make sure I'm not gonna spill anything in the engine, and then put the new one on. Maybe you make sure you put a little bit gasket maker into the corners here, those 4 corners, before you drop the gasket in. All right, guys. If you put this back on, I believe it's 2-stage, 100 inch-pounds first, 200 second. I just go from the center crosswise to the outside. I'm already done with that. And now it's just a matter of carefully assembling. I have some injector gaskets. Gonna change those real quick. And I went already ahead and put this real quick back together. It's basically done. I just have to connect the bottom radiator hose. There's just not much to it. Back together is basically reverse order. Put this clamp here back and fill coolant. Nothing really special you need to watch out for, other than yeah, clean up those gasket surfaces, most important. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and consider subscribing, helps a lot.